Before starting this video, I want to give a shout out to the people at Full Circle Gaming, where keyboard meets reality. It's a clan site for the games Battlefield, League of Legends, and Elder Scrolls, and other games where you can talk. They have a forum section where you can go and sit back and chat with some other gamers and just have fun talking about whatever you feel like pertaining to games. They have chat for each of those game sections: Battlefield 4, League of Legends, Elder Scrolls, and they also have an other game section where you can just chat about other games like World of Warcraft, Guild Wars. A lot of games that I play, I'm sure people chat about. They also have an IRE chat or IRC chat where you can talk about things other than games. Tell jokes to each other, tell people about your life. It doesn't matter. Just go there and have fun. What's up, YouTube? This is DJ from the DJ Gaming Channel, and this isn't going to be a Gaming Common Sense or a game review. This is going to be a gameplay walkthrough, a playthrough, or let's play, or whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing of the game called Knytt Underground. But before I let you start listening, or allow you to start listening, or just cut off my entire annoying shit that I'm about to talk about, I don't know if it's really annoying. It's kind of interesting, or it might be kind of interesting. Anyways, before I cut back to the game, I'm going to talk about this thing that's been bothering me for a while with the media industry and things like that. And more currently the YouTube problems with the DMCA takedown notices and things like that, and the gaming companies wanting takedowns of videos and things, all of that nature, pretty much. So basically, it's been going on for a while with YouTube, but it's not quite as bad until more recently, when I guess YouTube rolled out this new thing with their system where they're taking more and more videos down. And what's happening is the DMCA is sending takedown notices, or Warner Brothers, or Apple, or not really Apple. I don't think anybody's really received any kind of video takedown notice from Apple. Apple's more worried about trolling phone companies for curved edges. Anyways, going back to the subject, basically what these companies are doing is called copy fraud, or copyright fraud, or copy fraud, as Wikipedia might put it. And copy fraud is a form of copyright misuse. The term was coined by Jason Mazzone, a professor of law at Brooklyn Law School, to describe situations where individuals and institutions illegally claim copyright ownership of content in public domain, and other forms of overreaching by publishers and others who claim rights to that the law does not give them. These actions carry little or no oversight by authorities or legal consequences. Mazzone points out ways in which copyright overreaching interferes with public legitimate use and reproduction of works, discourages innovation and free speech, and creates cost. And basically what this means is there's no kind of repercussions for putting in false copyright claim, but it creates cost for the people that have the legitimate product and they're getting claimed on. So if I put out a video and I get 1 million hits, and I start making revenue from the 1 million hits, and then somebody goes, well, he's talking bad about us, I want to get rid of this video because he's talking bad about us. And what's the easiest way to do that? Oh, DMCA takedown. Let's go ahead and issue a takedown notice, because or start making money from this, so every one of his views is our views instead. That's just complete crap, because that has nothing to do. The only game reviews or product reviews, this cannot be claimed by the real company, because if that could be claimed by the company, then anybody could fake reviews. So you'd be like, oh well, this is the best product ever, don't buy the other products. I can't mention their names because they might take our shit, like we just did this guy. That's basically the way it would go. Anyways, they need to implement a law, some sort of law, to where Google and all these other companies, Google. YouTube's the same company now, but they didn't used to be. But companies like YouTube, like was Made a Cafe, the shitty YouTube. Anyways, they start implementing laws to where anytime somebody gets a false DMCA takedown notice, they can start charging these companies for the false takedown notices. Say if $100 per false takedown notice. So then these people will think twice before sending false takedowns. Now I know that this isn't their fault because they're using bots and they're outsourcing to other companies and they're using bots. But what they could do is have somebody double review it, or say, okay, the bot recognized this many. We need to take another look at these, or they need to rewrite the algorithm for the program, or whatever the hell they're doing to get these false DMCA takedown notices. They need to go over and refix because it's not very successful. You can put in 20,000 copyright notices a day, and law of averages. With the law of averages, you're going to get quite a few of them, or throughout the year, you're going to get quite a few. It may not look like a lot per day, or for the percentage of takedown notices they put in, or something like that. But hell, it may look like a lot. I don't know. I couldn't find the exact number of DMCA takedown notices to the copy fraud cases because I looked up the transparency report and they didn't really have any comprehensive thing on the false DMCA takedowns or anything like that, but they did have a comprehensive report on all the companies that do put in copyright claims, but they didn't say, well, this company had this many false ones. I think that they either didn't want to do bad press or maybe it's like a slander type law or something. I don't know, but they really need to deal with that in a fashion of start charging all these companies for false DMCA takedown because they're essentially taking money out of the person who they takedown's mouth or out of their pocket basically. So why not take money out of DMCA's pockets? It's the same thing. It's just you're hitting them right in the wallet, and they're going to stop their bullshit, and they're going to rewrite their program. Right now, they're not rewriting their program because it's successful. They don't cost anything. All they do is pay a company this amount of dollars, and if they put in false takedowns, big deal. It's not their problem. That's Google to go over, not Google and the customer. And that's just really going to stifle the whole creativity. It's going to make people not want to put in any kind of new products because fear they're going to get a takedown notice because somebody's going to say they stole their stuff, or some big company's going to say, well, I don't like that this is taking our views, or I don't like that this is better than our product, let's take it down. Anything like that. Like the SOPA and the PIPA and all this other crap, that it might have didn't go through, it might not have went through, but the effects are the same. They're already screwing people over using the copyright laws. If those would have went through in their original form, then they would have definitely screwed over everything, because any company can take down any company, or any company can take down any budding company, and the bigger companies are the only ones can defend themselves, leaving only the bigger companies. Then you'll have this big media horror off where they're going, oh well, my media dick's bigger than your media dick, and that's basically where it's going to go. Another thing I want to talk about is back a couple of years back, they had the SOPA and PIPA law thing come out, and they were like, oh, we gotta sign all these sign all these petitions. And then the next week, or then after that one was done, then another petition was put out because we had to block this law. Then another petition, and the thing I want to talk about in that aspect is there needs to be another law put in place that says that no other laws can be made that are similar to the law that was just made. Like, you can't make a law that's like SOPA and PIPA, and then when that one gets taken off or says no to, then the next week come up with another law. This is basically the same thing with a couple of things added onto it. Like, there should be some kind of law in place that says you can't have this element, any elements from this law that we just declined, you can't have it in a new law. It needs to be completely taken out of the whole game. We shouldn't have to scrutinize every single fucking law that gets passed over the desk of every single politician, because because they snuck some shit in there, and they signed it off, and they're like, oh well, it was an 18-page law, and you wanted me to read 40 18-page laws? I mean, that's really not humanly possible for any one person to sit there and do 24/7 to scrutinize every single law. So that's why so many stupid laws get passed, or so many stupid laws, and so many good laws get taken away, and just stupid things get passed constantly because of that. Because all they gotta do is keep on, hitting the, like I said, law of averages. All they gotta do is hit them with enough of them, and one of them eventually go through. Throw enough shit and some will eventually stick. That's how it works. So there needs to be another law in place that, the different elements, like I said, the different elements of that law that they just turned down can't be reused for a new law. They can't go, well, give us complete control over the internet, and they'll be like, and you turn it down, and then the next day, well, give us 90%, or like, unless it's completely different, or it's like a lot different, and no, oh, we rewrote it in a different, basically in a nicer language, so now I'll pass it through. Like, it shouldn't be done like that, and the companies that do that should also be fined for some kind of fraud or something. There should be a new division of copy fraud, like a new law called copy fraud, and they can be charged a lot for it. Either charge for each false DMCA takedown notice, or if it's something big like making a new law, they should be able to be charged like a major amount for, like, millions of dollars, and they'll never fuck with that law again, or they'll never try to screw up the economy again, because this type of stuff screws up the economy, creativity. It messes with people who are just small time. They're not really equipped with the amount of lawyers that these big companies have, and it's just it's just terrible to have to go up against a huge company like WB, or, I mean, I enjoy a lot of the Warner Brothers stuff. I enjoy some of the Disney stuff. I enjoy games. I enjoy a lot of the music. But the big problem is a lot of these people, or a lot of these companies, are putting false DMCA takedown notices, or it's just, I don't know, they're companies that are doing it, and it's just it's bad. It's bad for everybody but that company, because they're the only ones making money from it, and everybody else is losing. Especially when it's like a false takedown notice. A lot of times it'll be like a parody thing, and that'll be taken down. Like, I've had a few parody videos of my own taken down, and I've had to put in petition after petition. I think I put in like 2 petitions, and finally got my video back up, because I used clips from the movie, but it was like less than a second clips per cutaway. And it was back when I was doing the videos for the not gaming comments, but it was called Spoiler Alert, and apparently I still have one copyright that matched third-party content, but the show was called Spoiler Alert, and I think I made about 3 episodes, and I finally stopped because I was getting so many takedown notices and things like that, and people matched third-party content, and I was like, it's too much work for too little bit of profit. Now, in order to wrap things up, let's just go ahead and sum it all up. And I know this type of videos has been done to death, but I just wanted to tell you guys my thoughts on the whole thing, and I think what I have is a good idea. You guys make your comments, tell me what you think about the ideas of these false DMCA takedown notices and false takedown notices from other companies other than just the DMCA. Charging for each one, $100 per takedown notice, or even $1, because some of these companies, they got enough to where 20,000 a week or something like that, or they got enough to, if you charge them $1, then they'll go broke eventually from doing false DMCA takedowns or false takedown notices. And also the whole thing with making the copyright law, making the new laws and trying to implement them, and when they get turned down, re-putting them in a different way or in a different language, or stuck in with another law that looks alright, and then stuck on the back of it, basically. Because that's exactly what they do. They paperclip it to the back or something, and then all of a sudden you can get all of a sudden they get a law passed through that one looked good and one was really crappy, and they were like, Well, looks like we have to pass this one. Alright, they shouldn't be able to they also shouldn't be able to knowingly make a law and then later on make another law that coincides with that law. So like, if they want to do something with the people where they take 100% control and they got nope, and they're like, okay, well, give us 50% of control of the internet, and they're like, all right, and then later on, they're like, oh well, give us another 50%, after enough time has passed, and they're like, oh, okay, it seems fair, and then they're not realizing that they're trampling over another law, and then that gives them 100%. They shouldn't be able to add that onto another law and then still have the same effect as that first law that got turned down. If they do that, then they should also be fined and taken to court because it tramples on the same rights that they were already turned down from, and they knowingly did that. Okay, and so let me cut to the audio, or back to the audio of the game, and you guys enjoy yourself, enjoy the playthrough, and I'll talk to you later. Man, this game's pretty fun. I like the save points in this game. The save points are like really quick. Like you just go by them and you don't have to click any menus or anything. You just go by and hit the button. By the way, I'm using an Xbox controller to play this. If you're wondering how I'm doing so good with the arrow directions, I got a program called Chpt, which I've mentioned quite a few times. Games like this should be controller based, like I've said plenty of times. And I don't like using the keyboard controls. I like sitting back on the couch and enjoying myself. So that's what I did here. You just find out which buttons are used. Like this one is up, down, left, right, and the enter button, and I think the tab button was ones used. And I just used them. I just set them as a button on the controller. You can map it to pretty much anything. Like I also have a controller set up. I have two controls hooked to my computer. One set up for media player and things like that, so I can just sit back and watch movies. And I have one of them's wireless and one of them's wired. You can hook a wireless controller to your PC, regardless of what people think. You get a wireless adapter from Walmart, or not Walmart, from Best. I got mine from Best Buy. It came with a controller, but you can actually buy it cheaper off Amazon if you just already have the controller. But the Best Buy packages, I think it was like $50. And the thing on Amazon is $20 if you just want the wireless adapter. You can use a wired controller, but wireless is way easier to deal with because you ain't got stuff in your way. And like me, I have a play and charge kit as well, and it hooks straight to the USB part of my PC, or not PC, but of my television. I have a USB port in the back, and I just hook it straight into that, and like it doesn't connect through like that. It doesn't make it wired or whatever. That just makes it where I don't have to use a battery if I happen to have a dead battery or something with the wireless controller. And the wireless controller I use is like I use rechargeable batteries. I don't use a battery pack. So and every now and then I'll forget to charge batteries because I usually always have 4 batteries charging at a time. This game is really, I like how quickly it reacts to everything. Like, it reminds me of like Super Meat Boy. It may be even the same company. I don't think it is, but like the quickness of the button presses and the just the hard ground floor sounds that it has, like the feet pattern and things like that. It just reminds me of Super Meat Boy. It's really reactive, and this guy hangs on walls. And apparently can't go in here. There's a lot of places that I'm not sure how you get. I don't like. This is just a let's play. Like I'm playing it and learning with you guys. I'm learning it as I'm playing. But there's all these weird paths that are like slanted and things I can't take. And I'm thinking maybe you'll get like extra powers later on, maybe, or something, and you're able to take those paths. That's all I can think of. I just recently found out that you could fall into cracks and things on this game, like where there's cracks everywhere, or there's cracks in the ground. You can just slide up into them or down into them. They're pretty invisible. And you see right here, well, I pretty much lost my way, and I gotta re-get my bearings. And that's it for this, for part 1 of chapter 1. Thanks for watching my video. If you like it, subscribe, like me, or like the video if you like it. Tell me what you think about the DMC takedowns and things like that. Tell me what your ideas on how to take it down would be, you know. And thanks for watching. This is DJ Gaming.